Hello everybody, let's make a game that I took way too long to figure out how to make. I made this, I tried to figure out how to make this, and I eventually took 2 or 3 days just to learn how to write 5 lines of code. The game is a clicker game. Let's see how it works. The point of the game, you click the button to collect money, and money can be used to purchase upgrades. So for instance, you get an auto clicker if you collect 30 points, which automatically gives you points. You have this where if you reach 50 points, you can get an extra 100 points. You can click this and it will change the points by 10, and this will still be running. Um, but yeah, that's all there is to it. This is just an extremely simple clicking game, and like I said, it took me a few days to figure out how to write 1, 2, 3, like 4 or 5 lines of code just to build it. So let's get started. Alright, so first thing I am going to do, I'm going to keep this up because, just in case, I'm going to open up a new Gdevelop. And we're going to create a new project. Okay, create new project. We're going to, this is fine, let's just call it clicker. Alright, I'm gonna put this in on my computer. I'm gonna save it to my computer. I'm going to call this clicker, select folder, and start an empty project. First thing I'm going to do is go into properties and uncheck the update window. We can change a lot of stuff. For instance, you can choose a background image for your loading and all that. Okay, for some reason. Alright, so we're going to call the project clicker. The version is fine, and I'm gonna log in quick. That way I have virtually an unlimited amount of export. Hit apply and create a new scene. You can do a lot with this scene. Let's go into scene properties and change the background color. I'm gonna change it to a lovely shade of green. Alright, so what we need first is a button. So to do that, we're going to create a new sprite. We're going to call this button. We can add new animation and edit with Pascal or whatever it is. And we're going to color it, and we're going to draw a circle. Okay, color it this color, save. Now what we're going to do is go to the folder. I'm going to copy it and paste it. This is so there's consistency between frames. We're going to add a new animation, edit with Pascal, add a frame. We're going to add our copy, and we're going to edit it to another color. Let's make it that color. Save. Hit apply, and then drag our button onto the screen. Okay, now let's animate it. So add a new group. I'm gonna call this play button. we're also going to do one thing, which is we're going to add a variable. We're going to call it points. We're going to set it to 0. Hit apply. Alright, I'm also going to rename this thing to main game. Okay, and that completely closed it. But anyway, we're going to click on it and click touch. If I can find it. Touch the object, hit OK. We want to change the animation of the button to equal 1. We're going to add a new event, indent it, and type in mouse, button press or held. We're going to choose the left button. Then we're going to change the score of points, and we're going to add 1 because we don't want it to be an overpowered button. So we're also going to add a new event. Copy this, double click it and invert it. Copy and paste that and set the number to 0. There we go, we have an animated button. Alright, but there's just one problem. When we click it, you can't see your points. So let's add a new text. Nope, I clicked the wrong thing. Let's add a text. Let's call it score. And put that down. Hit apply. It doesn't matter what it says. Let's up the size to 40. And I'm gonna choose a font. You don't have to, but I want this game to look a little nicer. There we go. We have our playfield. Now to update it, we have a new event. Don't add a condition, add an action. We want to modify the text to equal the variable of points. This is optional, but I'm gonna add quotation mark, $, quotation mark, space, plus. Save. And we have a score. But there's just one problem. It changes points way too fast. So I'm gonna add a trigger once while true. Hit OK. Let's see if that fixes it. Yes, it does. And we have a very simplistic clicker game. But what if we want an upgrade? So let's create a new event. Call it upgrade 1. And let's create a button and text. So I'm going to create a new sprite, and I'm just for time's sake, I'm going to add one of the images. I'm going to add that. And that's all I'm going to do. This upgrade will automatically add points. So to do that, we're going to set scene timer. So value of a scene timer, we're going to set it to 1 second, and we're going to call it start 1. You can call it whatever you want, but for the sake of this video, it's start 1. I'm going to add a new thing, which is change the variable of the global variable. We're going to add 1, hit OK, and then we're going to reset the scene timer start 1. Hit OK, and you have it automatically changing, but you didn't click this, so let's add that. Alright, so I'm going to be looking at the other one as a reference. This is going to be important at the beginning of the scene. We're going to say at the beginning of the scene. Hit OK. We're going to pause the scene timer. Remember to name it, keep your names consistent. We're going to pause it. See, now it doesn't, and if you click that, it doesn't do anything. So, add a new condition, select your upgrade button, and we're going to say touch the button. When you touch it, we're going to change it to animation 1. Animation 0. When computers count, they start at 0. They 0 index. So we're going to indent this and say when the mouse button is pressed or held. Let me double check something. Okay. We're going to say when the global variable points is equal or greater to, let's set it to 50. Okay. We want to unpause the scene timer. Hit OK, and we want to trigger it once. Just in case. No, well, we don't want to. So here we go. Let's go to 50. Come on. And it automatically clicks for you. If you click it again, it's not going to change though. You can keep clicking and gain more points. You can change the time. We're going to say 0.05. Let's see what that does. Always experiment, dude. Alright, so get it up to 50. And it automatically clicks and goes fast. But I'm going to keep it at 1. So let's add a little text. There we go. Let's drag that out, and there we have a auto click button. If you don't have 50, you can't click it. You have to reach 50 or above. But let's add another feature. Let's add another upgrade. Why does it want to do that? Okay, so upgrade 2. So this one is just going to be simple. We're going to duplicate upgrade 1 and call it upgrade 2. We're going to drag it out on our screen. We're going to say when the cursor is touching upgrade 2, we want to change the animation of upgrade 2 to 0. We want to say when the mouse is pressed, when the global variable equals, and let's set it to 250, and the upgrade is equal or greater than 250, we want to change the variable by 1. Let's say add an extra 100. And then trigger once while true. Let's add another text. Hang on, how much are we giving them? Oh, 100, that's too high. So let's change it to 80. $100 for 80. Hit apply. And there you go. We have a very, very simple clicker game. Let's add that text so people would know. And we're almost at 50. There we go. Let's see if we click that, nothing happens. And we got an extra 100. A game that rewards you for doing less of it. Now I'm going to add that, put that over there. I'm gonna create another upgrade. This will be the final upgrade. It's pretty much a version of upgrade 1. I'm gonna call it upgrade 3. I'm gonna copy this, paste it here, and instead of it saying start 1, we're going to say start 2, and we want it to change every 2 seconds. We want to change the global variable by, let's say, 10. And then we want to reset the timer. And we want to practically copy everything from upgrade 1, and all that. So let's call this upgrade 2, duplicate. Let's call it upgrade 3. Um, there we go. Um, let's set, since this one's 80, we're going to set it to 100. Nah, that's too easy. Let's say 500. And we want to unpause timer 2. And let's check it out. Oh, wait, we haven't added it. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna add this there. Put that there so you can see all the upgrades. Okay, that's too close to the edge. I'm gonna put it here. It's a fun game to see how many points you can get, but this is a very basic auto clicker, or a very basic clicker game. You can add more to it to make it a lot more exciting. See, it adds, how much does it add again? It adds 10 points. Let's make that 50. And that's all the upgrades you can get. If you try to buy all these upgrades early, nothing happens. And that is how you make a very simple clicker game.